Hey guys, I'm Amy May, and as we all know, I've had back pain for years. And I originally put this down to the fact that I was obese, because I asked my mum, she was like, oh, it's because you're fat. So I just assumed that it's because, my body, my spine, my frame was carrying extra weight, right? And I thought it'd get better as I lost weight. However, as I lost weight, my lower back pain continued, and at times it was actually worse. So my new working theory is that because of years and years and years of poor, uncorrected posture, like sitting like that all the time, then basically I developed what's called an anterior pelvic tilt. So because of my poor posture, essentially, and because of my weak core, which I've not stopped going on about since I began this YouTube channel, basically I've got a weak core, weak hip flexors, which means that whenever I'm exercising, whenever I'm doing anything, then to compensate, my back takes the strain. So that's my new theory. So anyway, years and years and years of chronic lower back pain hasn't got better with weight loss. And some of you may know I've recently been doing back exercises to try and help that. I think glute bridges are my favourite. I've been doing different back stretches. To be fair, I have found the glute bridges helpful to try and alleviate my lower back pain. And the past few months I'd also been doing ab exercises to try and strengthen my core and take some of the strain off my back. However, around 2 weeks ago, I noticed that my left foot, half of it had gone numb, and also my left lower leg from the knee down, half of that had gone numb as well. So I was thinking, maybe slept on it funny. But then I noticed that when I was putting my shoes on, I had to sort of manually guide my left foot into my shoe. And when I was walking, my left foot was slapping on the ground to announce my presence, and basically I'd developed a limp. So I'm someone that goes through severe bouts of health anxiety, and I tend to catastrophise, and obviously being a doctor, my brain automatically goes to the worst case scenario. So I just thought, I'll give it a few days, it'll settle, you might have got a trapped nerve or something, it'll go away. Long story short, it hasn't gone away, has it? This was about 2 weeks ago, so I've been limping around for 2 weeks. So I last had my bloods done in July, and everything was fine except I found out that I was folate deficient. So I've been on daily folic acid since. So I went to the GP, just explained the situation. They've done me bloods. I'm not expecting them to come back abnormal because basically one of the causes of my symptoms is potentially B12 deficiency. And another cause is, for example, if in July, because my folate was low, I'm sure they checked me B12 at the time and it was fine. But if you are folate and B12 deficient and you replace the folate but not the B12, that can cause this as well. But like I said, I think my B12 was fine in July when they last checked it, so I'm not expecting it to suddenly be abnormal. And I basically think that I've got a slipped disc, and that's the most likely cause of this pain. I'm thinking it's L4, L5. I'll put a diagram on, it's basically like the dermatomes. Basically, I think I've got a slipped disc, it's compressing the nerve, and that's what's caused these symptoms, because that's what makes the most sense to me. And so GPs can't request MRIs, so I've been referred to physio. Obviously they've checked my bloods, but I'm not expecting them to come back abnormal, and I'm just hoping that physio can give me exercises to sort of help, decompress, help the nerve, and hopefully to make my symptoms go away. Because essentially I've been cutting about like Tiny Tim, like just in time for Christmas. So I'm trying not to catastrophise. I'm trying not to, be like, oh my God, what if this? Because I can be panicky. I can be a panicker. And obviously I know worst case scenario, so I'm not trying to get involved in all that. I've been referred to physio. I've been YouTubing lower back exercises for slip disc. But at the minute it's been probably just over 2 weeks, and essentially I've still got numbness in my left lower foot and left lower leg, the left side essentially, and a bit of a drop foot. Basically, the only way I can describe it, do you know like a scuba diver's flipper? That's my left foot, and it's just slapping the ground. You can hear me coming because not only has my pace slowed down, but my left foot ferociously slaps on the ground every time I walk. So I'm just really hoping that physio can sort me out, because I'm trying not to think about it, I'm trying not to panic, but my pace has slowed down. It's hindering my lifestyle, and especially I've noticed that when I sit down for long periods, I get up and it's a proper flipper. So that's the situation with my leg. Obviously it means that I've been out of action at the gym for a few weeks, And it's quite frustrating because I did really want to lock in with an ab routine, but now I'm scared to do anything in case it puts more strain on my back. And I think the fact that it just kind of came on suddenly as well, and it just hasn't resolved, it is making me worried. I think my cat's just toppled something over, bless them. But it is making me a bit, but we're not going to deep it. We're going to engage with the physio. We're going to take the advice and we're going to see where that leaves us, essentially. This brings me on to my next point, and that's why I'm not going to do what I eat in a day. I think I've touched on this before, and I have been umming and ahhing, and I have had a lot of requests for it over the time that I've been on YouTube, which is since I started my Mounjaro journey in April 2024. But as I've said before, what I eat day to day varies immensely. I don't have a plan, I don't have a set routine, I just make it up as I go along. And also discovering that I was folate deficient. I think the cats are being cat. What are you doing, babe? What are you doing? Are you okay? I think that a few months ago, discovering that I was folate deficient, that just tells you that I'm not eating properly. I'm not doing something right. There's not enough leafy greens involved in my. It's not a balanced diet, clearly, if I'm folate deficient. And I spoke on this before, but one of the things is as well, it can be quite triggering for people what I eat in a day. And something that I've always said is I'm happy to share my journey, but people shouldn't be copying people just because, you know, oh, they've lost weight, so I should be doing exactly what they're doing. Because I know, obviously, years spent trying and failing to lose weight, I have enjoyed like looking at what I eat in a day videos and trying all these different things. But bottom line is, you know, I've tried to copy people before, it's not worked for me. And I don't want people idolising what I do, and I don't want people copying what I do, because clearly something ain't right if I'm folate deficient and now I've got a limp. So that's all I'll say on that. I think I've touched on it before. I understand some people might be frustrated by that or disappointed, but end of the day, that's where I stand, essentially. I don't want to do it. I don't want people copying me. Yes, I've lost weight. Yes, I'm now currently in Mounjaro maintenance. However, that doesn't mean I'm doing everything right. And that doesn't mean that, you know, people should copy my exact workout routine, my exact lifestyle, because everyone's journey is different. Yes, it's a cliche, but it's also true. So I'm not going to do it. Don't want people copying me. Don't want other people to be folate deficient. And I think, you know, everyone just needs to find what works for them. Obviously, my opinion on that might change in future, but at the minute, I don't see it changing, to be honest. As you might know, I've been in Mounjaro maintenance for a while. I was on 15 milligrams, but the past few weeks I've been taking 12.5 milligrams to see if that makes any difference, in the hopes of titrating down, mainly for cost reasons. Now, it's quite difficult because I think today is currently day 50 after I quit alcohol. I'm going to do a whole other video on the benefits, the pros, the cons of quitting alcohol. But what I've noticed when I was, you know, watching other videos of sober talk and things like that, is that a lot of people have said when they quit alcohol, then their sugar cravings go up massively. And honestly, the past 6 weeks or so, I have been gagging for chocolate. My sweet tooth. Because normally, say if I'm, you know, feeling something sweet, I can have a protein yogurt and then that's fine, that satisfies me. But I've been feral for chocolate recently, and I mean feral. We all know that the family-sized bars of chocolate aren't family-sized, but I've been averaging like one a day for 6 weeks, and I've been eating cookies, stuff that I wasn't really bothered about before. So it is difficult to tell, is that in relation to dropping down to 12.5? Because I think I've only dropped down for 2 or 3 weeks to 12.5, and to be honest, it started before then. It started when I quit alcohol. So I really do think it's really difficult to tell, but at the minute I've been eating loads of rubbish. I had half a large Domino's on Friday. This is what I mean about I'm not doing what I eat in a day, because, you know what I mean, if you're wanting to lose weight, you can have half a large Domino's if you want, but I'm not suggesting it, I'm not recommending it. So, like I said, my diet's different all the time. There's no set plan. But the past 6 weeks or so, I've been feral. I've been ravenous. It's kind of like before Mounjaro, you know, the food noise that we all speak about. It's like that, but specifically for chocolate. I've been insatiable. I've honestly eaten me weight and more in chocolate. I'm scared to weigh myself. And another thing I've noticed, which should put you off, you know, eating a family-sized bar of chocolate a day, is that ever since I've started eating loads of rubbish, I can't poo. I like to poo every day, right? First thing in the morning before I go to work or before I start my day, like job done. But since my diet has been full of rubbish, honestly, I've not been able to poo. And obviously that's not great either. So I am really trying to focus on eating less chocolate and eating less cookies and muffins at the minute. So the game plan at the minute is, priorities are basically to work with physio and try and sort my leg out, because it's been over 2 weeks and I am getting a bit stressed about it. So physio, try and sort out my back, not stress too much that I'm not going to the gym at the minute, because my priority is my back. I don't want to injure myself anymore. I need to take care of myself. Try and eat less chocolate and muffins and sweet treats, which is easier said than done, you'll know yourselves. To continue my sober streak, I've been filling in daily journals for a bit as well. So I've been doing daily journaling for, 2 months or something like that, and I find that quite helpful. And I remember a year and a half ago, I bought loads of stickers off Amazon for journaling and did it for 3 days and then never bothered. But I've been stickering. I've been going balls to the wall with journaling, honestly. I don't know if that is the phrase, but I think daily journaling is great. Just writing down your thoughts, getting it out, and I think that's helped me as well. So those are my priorities at the minute. This is just going to be a short video because I need to go to work. I don't know if you've seen my compilation of my Mounjaro journey so far. I'll put a link in the description. There'll probably be a link at the end of this video, but if you want to check that out, I'd be grateful, because I've got a part 2 coming of unseen footage that you guys haven't seen before, of me back when I started Mounjaro in April 2024, 13 stone-ish at 4'11", so we all know highest weight, my BMI was 38, right? I've been documenting my journey on YouTube since I started, but I've got another compilation coming for you of my Mounjaro journey so far with as yet unseen footage. So you've got that to look forward to. I hope everyone has a nice day. Thank you very much for your support. It is really, really welcome. Everyone's been lovely, and it is nice to hear that people enjoy watching me videos and they find it inspiring and stuff. Like I said, I'm nobody's hero. I'm not someone you should be copying, but it is nice to hear that I've maybe inspired other people, or that, other people that are just starting on the journey, or they've been following me since the start. They can relate to a lot of the things that I'm saying. And yeah, it is nice to have this nice little community. So to be honest, 99.9% of people have been nice. Some people have been nasty, but you're always going to get nasty people. And I would just ask, because I think somebody the other day was nasty to somebody else in the comment. We'll have none of that. If you're nasty to other people in my comments, you're getting blocked. You're getting barred. But thank you all for watching. Watch out for my compilation video that's coming, and I hope everyone has a lovely day and a lovely week. Bye.